Hello everyone, and welcome to Kleros community call of Wednesday, January 15. Can you hear me first? All good?
Yes, we can hear you, and it's maybe we can keep track this year of the number of the community calls. This is the second
Yeah,
one.
this is a second community call of 2025, and well, I guess we have been um, reviewing all of the community calls since we started the project in order to put them all of them on the website. We are doing a overhaul of the website, a new design, and because the version we have now is quite old and it doesn't represent the current status of the project. So we are reviewing the website. And we plan to put the previous calls that we started doing in 2019. We have been every week since 2019 doing this community call. This is because this is transparency to our, stakeholders and the token holders and the community. So yeah, happy to be sixth year since we started doing the community calls every week. So I mean, it's good that we have a mathematician here. I mean, how many community calls did we hold, William, approximately then?
I'm giving him
Yeah,
the permissions, but
I know.
I think he will probably say that he is not very good or arithmetician, but
Yeah, I mean, he's a fake mathematician because every time we go to a restaurant and split the check between like 6 or 7 people, you know what he does? He takes his calculator and, does it with the calculator. Right, William? Am I lying?
No, that's true. I mean, shockingly, being a mathematician isn't all about being able to do like arithmetic in your head. But you say 6 years, 300-ish calls, I guess. A bit
That's a
less.
lot.
We're at the
300,
beginning of
yeah.
this year, so
Yeah, plus the Spanish calls we hold on Monday every 2 weeks. That started, I think, maybe 2 years ago. Okay, let's review some of the things that happened recently. So, as you know, we did last week more comprehensive. The first call of the year was more comprehensive. We discussed lots of different things that happened in 2024. And I mean, I'm not going to go again through all that because that's why we record the calls so you can listen to them. Just going to focus on what happened this week. And for this week, we are continuing some fixes over the Curate 2.0 that we launched in November. It received lots of improvements because of front and backs. Mostly, the most important thing we are fixing now is subgraph problems that we have. So the subgraph is this app, or I don't know if it's an app. It's software that connects the blockchain and the front end. Is a thing you use to bring the data from the blockchain, and so it's consumed by the database. And so we typically have some problems that it goes down. So we are implementing some fixes so there is more reliability. So this is an important thing we are doing from the software development perspective. I mean, it's not hugely a big problem, but sometimes that makes the court, crash, and so people cannot vote. But it's not that bad. I mean, maybe a few hours per week that happens, but it's being fixed now. Then we are moving forward with the development of different things. I already mentioned about the website. We are developing the new version of the escrow that is going to be. I don't know if can people use it already, Gene? Escrow 2.0 or not yet?
I think not yet. There is a version that is on a testnet, but I think it doesn't have like all the updates. But yeah, it's but this version is like the version on testnet is already how can I say it already works. You can create a test dispute. a test purchase on the escrow, but well, the new version is coming very soon.
Yeah, so we have that. So the escrow is the app that you can use for all of the Alice's and Bobs of the world who want to make some freelance work and they don't trust each other and they want to interact. They can use this escrow app, which is it was the first use case of Kleros that we always, and it's still the use case of Kleros that we pitch typically because it's what everyone understands and. But it's not the one that was most used. But well, maybe because we didn't have this version 2.0, which meant that the escrow, the original version, is still expensive because it was built on the Ethereum mainnet. So it's well, if you have to pay like transaction fees of several dozen dollars to make a transaction, that only makes it interesting for like very high value transactions and not for like Alice and Bob over a website or freelance stuff. So this is going to come soon. We are also now working a lot, and this is what we have been doing last week. We just onboarded Fortunato, who is working with us now as a product manager for all of the products that are related to curation. I don't know, maybe Fortunato, I can just let you talk a bit about what you're focusing on, and yeah, so people get to know you. Maybe and also introduce yourself to the community. I don't think last week you did it, so feel free to tell us a bit who you are and what you will be working on.
Hey, Fortunato, I just sent you the request. I don't know if you can.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Federico. Yes, I'm Fortunato. I'm from Italy and I'm new product manager at Kleros. I will mainly take care of the Kleros Curate product, and I will focus on three main aspects. The first one is to increase the number of entries on the registries we are already using. We have main partners working with us like Ledger or MetaMask, and to increase the number of entries, also this also implies to simplify the platform usability and in general the user experience. And also, as Federico anticipated in the last times, we are also exploring new use cases for curated list, including mainly, I would say, including real world assets, because after all, wanting a safe transaction is not a recent need. Just in the digital era, the number of transactions and the ways of performing transactions increased. So, for example, when investing in stocks of a specific company, platform in partnership with Curate can certify that a company is green and sustainable. It complies with carbon emissions, or even if it has permission maybe to operate in a certain country or territory. And this can be applied to many fields, even real estates, for example. We could verify if real estate exists, or adding more information if a specific building is, for example, in compliance with the earthquake standards. So having this type of certification on a platform is not just a way to, ensure that transactions are safe, but it could even increase the value of a specific asset. So yeah, this is what I will be focusing on in the upcoming time.
Yeah, so curation is quite big, use case of Kleros, but it's typically not the one that gets more, attention. It's not maybe the most sexy, but it's definitely super cool. And in the context also of like all of this real world assets tokenization, let's say I want to turn my Picasso into like a token. You can use an NFT for this, and then I sell it, and then the guy who buys this Picasso, through the NFT, they want to be sure that the Picasso exists. So otherwise, they buy the token and then they go to see the Picasso and it's not there. So you need some verification process or certification that can be used to make sure that there is like some kind of mirroring between what exists in the world of tokens and blockchain and what is there in the real world as physical stuff. So and that can be done through curation. That is one use case. Another use case is what Mike is doing at OpenVino, certification processes of organic wine. How do you make sure that winery is certified organic? Well, there is a process that is done currently through some verification process where like a reviewer and auditor goes there, and well, this process could be done in a more transparent way through some curation process of submitting proposal to be certified organic, and then the community can challenge it if they don't think it's well, it's valid. And this is how Mike Tango Bravo is doing this in OpenVino in his winery in Mendoza. But I am in discussions now with people who want to apply this same logic into the food industry. So imagine having milk dairy product company, and then they want some certification, and this could be done with the same method that is currently being used for organic wines in OpenVino. So that's a cool use case, and it's something we want to develop more. And we were a bit short-handed, but now we have Fortunato, and we expect this to start growing a bit more. So we have that. Then I will let maybe Marcos. You have some other things you want to say business development wise?
Yes, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. So about the rest of the BD updates. Firstly, I've been working with Hestia. It's a new integration partner that we have been working with them maybe for the last year, but well, now we finished the dispute policy. They are finally like launching. So we are going to upload a pilot case that it's almost ready. This week we have been working with the pilot case and the anonymization of the information of the pilot case, and it was a bit harder because there was a video, so we have to anonymize the information from the video.
Maybe explain
the voice.
Explain what this is about, because not everyone knows the project, and I think it changed the name also.
Yeah, it's called Maldo now.
Yeah, it's called
Maldo.
the Maldo. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I still call them the Hestia, but it's true that they are called Maldo. Yes, yes. And yes, they are like a marketplace for house services, and it's working in Uruguay. It started working in Uruguay. For the moment, they want to work in a specific town of Uruguay that is very close to the place that Federico is living. That is Maldonado. That's why the name again that it's called Maldo. And they want to use Kleros for a dispute that could happen between the guy that goes to does the house service and the owner of the house. That is something that I think that is very typical. So a dispute resolution system there might work, or yeah, it's necessary at least. So it's a real use case.
Like for the guy who the plumber, the garden guy, those kind of real world assets, let's call them.
Yeah, exactly. So well, besides that, I've been doing some research about Argentinian fintechs. That was like maybe the last weeks, and the last week I started contacting a few of them, and it's something that's going to take me a few weeks or months. And yeah, and I will start working too in a research of Colombian fintechs. Then there's a proposal
One
for
second, let me add something about this. So I am going to be in Colombia from February 7. No, 7? I think, yeah, I think it was 7. No, sorry. I will confirm later, but I'm going to be in Colombia soon. In Bogota, I was invited to this Universidad del Externado, which is one of the most important universities, law schools in Colombia. I'm going to give a workshop about Kleros and well, with how to build a legal tech company based on decentralized justice, a bit similar to the course I give every year at Assas in France. And as I'm going to be there, if you happen to be from Colombia, if you are from Colombia, I mean, message me, because we are looking to expand use cases in consumer, as we are doing in Lemon, other like consumer cases at insurance. If you work in one of these companies or government, I mean, feel free to reach to me, because I'm happy to meet with you guys when I am there. Let me just check when this is going to be. Just one second, let me see. So many things going on. So this is going to be from 17 to 21 of February. So if you're from Bogota and you want to use Kleros, just message me, okay? Yeah, Marcos, continue.
Yes, then we have the pilot case of Cava of City of Buenos Aires that finished last week. So this week we were working in an analysis with Facundo. Facundo works in our dispute policy writer. And well, we were working in this analysis, and we are going to send it today, or yes, today most probably, to them to show them how the jurors vote, and the way that our jurors vote again was very similar to the original resolution of the judge. So it was, let's say, it was a good answer. That's a good news. And then next week, well, actually tomorrow, I'm going to have a new call with the guys of Bondex, and it's to announce our integration. So if you want to know more about what is this integration, we are most probably going to announce it in X, as we did it with Smart Invoice last week. Oh, and last thing, there's a proposal to establish a new Oracle code. So if you have PNK and you're interested in this, you can vote.
Is the dog a PNK holder too?
Yes, he's a fan of PNK.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you, Marcos. William.
Yeah, so continuing the sort of various directions of research that I've talked about in previous calls, I have a blog article that on SBTs and how they can be used in juror selection. So these are these sort of non-transferable tokens that say something about your identity, credentials you might have, experiences, like characteristics about your background. We wrote a blog article about how this can be used in juror selection about a year ago. I've given various talks on this, and we've been doing further research to dig into like what might that look like. There are lots of different choices one can make. How do the different choices impact attack resistance? It's a lot of deep questions. It involves ongoing research, but I have an article that I will share about this soon for those of you who really want to get into the nitty details of this. Other than that, continuing to a lot of other sort of interesting directions of research, thinking about peer prediction and how that can be used to deal with large deposit sizes in certain courts where it's kind of predictable that one kind of decision wins very frequently. If the freelancer always wins your freelancer small business dispute, how do you incentivize in a way that prevents people from just always voting for the freelancer? So I've talked about that in the past as well. Finalizing the organization of our conference in London in April at King's College, where we're going to talk about mechanism design and decentralized justice, and we're going to touch on many of these issues. If you're around London at the time, you should check that out.
Yeah, this is April 23, William.
That was the 24th. I think the 24th. Thursday, right?
Yeah. So on the 23, there is like a hackathon. I'm going to give like also like more like legal tech oriented for people who want to learn how to build startups, legal tech, and of course, connected to Kleros. That's going to be more business oriented for practitioners. And I mean, if you are not a practitioner, you can still come, of course. And the 24, there is the conference. It's the first ever conference about mechanism design, decentralized justice, and we are trying to start building a community of researchers, of game theorists and cryptographers, also some legal experts. But this conference is not that much focused on legal. It's more focused on the crypto economics and incentives elements of decentralized justice. So this is going to be very cool, and it's going to be taking place in an extremely nice place, which is King's College London, in a beautiful campus. They have like just meters from the Thames River, so it's super cool. We are still recruiting the students for the Kleros and Oxford PhD program. I mean, for if you want to do a fully funded program, PhD in Oxford, computer science based on decentralized justice, you can apply. It's still open. We are already interviewing some candidates, and well, if you want to, you can apply there. That's going to be cool. Well, fully funded, I mean, doctorate at Oxford in computer science sounds like a great value proposition if you ask me. So that also, and I think, William, we should, at this point, we have enough articles and blog posts and materials for maybe compiling everything into a mechanism design book about centralized justice to present at the King's College. Don't you think?
I mean, maybe. I mean, it's even compiling a bunch of blog articles into a text is a bit ambitious for what is it, like 3 months from now, 2 months from now. But I guess 3. Yeah, we could if you like. We had that sort of like more broad dispute resolution book where we compiled our blog articles into a big text. Have a good source for people instead of having things scattered all over the place.
Okay, I'm not going to commit to do it for April, because I mean I don't want William to have a heart attack or anything. But I mean we are not that far from compiling everything into that. I mean, when I'm saying a book, I'm not saying the Bible. I mean just saying like a little handbook of research. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we have that. We have then community news. Gene, we have a bunch of things. I mean, you might have seen some videos of me that we are starting to use for like more like shorter introductions to Kleros, about Kleros itself, then about the Lemon integration. We are working with a company that is really good at doing these little videos. We have lots of materials, but many of those were long form, and since attention span of people now doesn't go more than 1 minute, so we decided that it's worth to start converting those long form videos into like a short videos that we can use for sharing on social media, and yes, of course, in TikTok as well, because I mean, if that's where people are, that's where we need to be, because we are doing this for the people, right? Okay, so we have,
Federico, there's something really funny that we started making these videos. They're short formats to post on TikTok. We created the TikTok account that we will post soon, and probably it's likely that the US will ban TikTok in a couple of weeks. So, very
right,
good timing.
Perfect timing. Okay.
Yeah. There's still Instagram and so yeah. But I think it's very nice. We have, I think, 20 videos like in production right now, so we'll have content for some months ahead, and even some hard concepts like SBTs or how they will be used on the courts. There's something you can communicate in a short amount of time that you can maybe bring the attention to people to read the entire article after. otherwise, maybe there are some people that will not get interested if you only have an article. So yeah, that's good.
Maybe instead of a book, we should have William make a bunch of videos for TikTok explaining mechanical design, right?
Yeah.
It'd be a new format for me. I can try to branch out.
I mean, well, you have to do what the market demands, I guess. We are in the market, crypto economics is a market-driven approach, right? Okay. Gene, anything else from a community updates?
No, just would like to mention again that we have a new proposal. There is now up to vote. It's about creating a court for Oracle disputes. That is mainly disputes coming from prediction markets. And right now there's Seer that uses Kleros. There's also some markets on Omen and Forland. So, well, this is part of a bigger narrative that is going on called information finance. So this court is being created because some of these disputes were going to the general court, and having a dedicated court to this type of disputes allow us to have a policy and also be able to tweak the parameters of the jurors. So let's say if we observe that the jurors need a higher amount for ruling correctly on these types of disputes, we can raise that without affecting the general court and other use cases that might use the general court. So yeah, I think this is the most important thing, but there's also we still have the staking incentive project program, and also the program for curation, that if you tag contracts that are not tagged on some block explorers on Arbitrum, Celo, and other chains, you can get a reward on PMK and start stake on the court and start being a juror.
Cool. Thank you, Gene. I don't have anything else for today. I mean, if you want a longer update, as I said, you can just listen to last week call, and there's a big overview of everything 2024 and what's coming in 2025. So if you guys don't have any question, I guess I will see you next week. Okay, or on Telegram as well. Feel free to drop us a line there. Okay, guys, see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.
See you next
Bye,
week.
everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Yep.